can go as long as you want.
I mean, we're here. Might as well get some stuff done.
Assistant Coach Anthony Hill with us today. Coach, just give us a kind of a quick recap of the big win over New Mexico Highlands.
It's huge. You said it, big win. We really came together. We're starting to get into our rhythm offensively, especially in the run game, and just when we're clicking like that and the defense is playing like that, getting off field, giving us opportunities. The sky's the limit for us. So it was just good to see us hit on so many cylinders and kind of give ourselves a chance and kind of win going away there at the end.
Yeah, we were talking about it in the press box a little bit too. It seemed like, you hear it mentioned, you hear it in the Georgia and Texas game later that night, that the offensive line starts leaning on the other team a little bit and it wearing them down. It seemed like our offensive line really started to wear them down, and Aiden had the big game. Brandon had a couple of big runs. Just talk about that performance from the running backs and the offensive line.
Yeah, and from my perspective as the quarterback coach, it's the quarterback's best friend too, right? Mm-hmm. When those guys can get into the defenders like that and move the line of scrimmage the way we've been doing the last few weeks, everybody's job's easier. Offense, we possess the ball, keep our defense off the field. It's very complementary football to where the defense can go out there fresh and get their jobs done, and they're getting off the field pretty fast too. So again, complementary football, getting what we want, and getting enough points on the board to get the W, even though we want more.
And then looking ahead, this will be my final question. Looking ahead to this weekend, you got Fort Lewis on the road. What do you know about them? What can you expect?
Dangerous team. These teams are always dangerous because they've got a lot of talent, and their record may not reflect it, but that doesn't, for us, it's about us individually. The Mavs, we just got to do our job. It doesn't matter what the other jersey says on the front, right? We just got to do our jobs, handle our business, and they're the next threat is the bottom line, and we got to take care of the threat and be disciplined, be on point, and just get to work and take care of business.
With you guys just, running such a run for second and third offense, just talk about, what the expectations are from the quarterbacks and the receivers, and how do you see them kind of progressing and meeting those expectations game by game?
Yeah, it's, at times it can be a little boring for a quarterback, right, to turn and hand it off. But if you're all about winning and this is the formula for us to win, then that's just what it is. It doesn't really matter. As a played quarterback in college myself, I'd love to throw it 50 times, right? But is that the recipe to win? Probably not. So I'd rather win than, be concerned about statistics. So I think that our guys just gearing up and doing whatever we got to do to get the W, that being run first, second, third, whatever it is. Eventually our number will be called, and we just got to deliver on however many opportunities there are in the pass game.
And it also seemed like, that the third down efficiency this week or last week was huge improvement. You guys got in some bad behind the stick situations at times, but that really helped out to get in those manageable third downs. Just talk about, learning from the couple games before and just, making sure you guys execute there.
Yeah, it's been a huge emphasis. I'm not a big statistics guy, but when you pull up the third down deal and you see where we were, you ain't going to win a lot of games doing that. And so, we've been fortunate enough that our defense has played well, kept us in games. Even go back to Kingsville, kept us in the game the whole time. And then we finally got untracked a little bit in that last drive and just kind of flipped the game. So it's important that we do what we have to do. And I don't remember what the question was now that you say it.
Just what went into improving those third down situations.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So it's been an emphasis for us at practice. Third downs are huge. It's something we do, a few times a week with the emphasis on third down. You just got to win that down because it's, you're either coming off the field dejected and disappointed, or you maintain the drive and you start to wear the defense down, and then, like we were saying, those guys start to lean on the other guys, and the sky's the limit from there.
And my last question for me is just, where are you and the rest of the coaching staff really challenging this offense to kind of take that next step?
It's a weekly thing. We've got goals that we try to reach numbers wise, and more importantly, the biggest goal that obviously is to win. And if we do that, the other goals go off the board. It matters not, right? So if we can get the W, I mean, we'll as coaches, we'll never be satisfied, and we'll always be riding those guys and never be happy about what happened totally. But it's mission accomplished if we go out there and do what we have to do, and score more points than them at the end of the day.
And then just one question for me, just follow up kind of on what James was saying. As coaches, how do you guys keep the confidence of the quarterbacks and receivers up, and then understanding that it's going to be a run game, but then, like I said, having the confidence when their number is called? What do you guys do as coaches to help that?
It's easy because you never know what the defense is going to do. I mean, we know what they've been to this point on film, right? But sometimes you play a team and they spring something different on you, and you have to go a different route. Like the game plan that you set aside, not necessarily the one you're going to win with. And so our guys got to always be ready for that. We have to assume every week that it's going to be a passing game. And whether it is or not, when those passing plays are called, we just got to do our job, go through our progressions, get the ball where it's supposed to be, and stay out of those negative plays. Like you were saying before, we got behind the sticks. That ain't how we live. We don't live most efficiently that way. So if we can keep ourselves getting a few yards here and there each play, and then we put the defense on their heels a little more.
Coach, since Liu took over, what have you seen him progress at? And then kind of what's the next step for him? What do you want to see him make that next step in his progression?
Yeah, I see a lot of good stuff from Liu. I mean, he obviously operates the offense very well. He's got command of it. He knows what he's supposed to do, how to get us in and out of checks and get us into the right play. He knows the offense. He can go through his progressions and get the ball where it's supposed to go. And then most importantly, I think, especially lately, he's been pretty accurate with his balls, even though there's been some picks here and there. But I appreciate his approach. He's a worker. He wants to get all the reps if he can get them. We got several quarterbacks that can play, and we got to try to get them all some reps. But I really like how he's really delivered everything that we've asked him week to week. The next week, he doesn't repeat the same mistakes, right? He's cleaning up his act, and I just keep holding that standard high, and he keeps meeting the bar. So as long as he can continue to do that, it'll be whatever we need. Whatever we need from him is what we'll get when the time comes.
Was that supposed to be a lateral there at the end of the first half last week, or was that we're just making it up as we're going, right?
That was I actually.
It was a heck of a
it really
heck
was.
of an effort.
It was the ball was supposed to get into the end zone. First of all, if that would have happened, there would have been no lateral, but it didn't. So I think it was just a heads up play by Trevin to just try to say, hey, we got to score. We got no more time. Pretty heads up play, and they would just happen to be in good position to make the tackle. Kudos to them. But I mean, really nice play by Trevin. Next time we've got to get the ball in the end zone if that's the last play of the game, you don't want it to end at the 3-yard line or wherever we were, right? You got to get that thing in the end zone and try to score. But, that's why it's called a Hail Mary. It's not very easy.
All right, last question. Favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, man. Well, I don't know what they call I can't stand the little, what do they call them? The little yellow and orange ones. Candy corn. Can't stand those. Those always come out in Halloween, and I'm just like, no, it's not for me. I guess I'd just go with the regular the best candy bar there is Snickers. So I just go there. If you put Snickers in my bag, I'm winning.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thank you. Sorry about Aiden.
Nope, all good.